Hello fellow rail fans. Welcome to Pathway to Joy. Today we are in Gainesville, Georgia in Hall County, right outside the Norfolk Southern offices. There are 3 engines crossing at Bradford Street, and you can see the engineer stepping out of the cab onto the walkway, where he will go to the end of the engine and wait until the train stops on the other side of the Hancock Avenue crossing. The depot that you see behind the engines serves the Amtrak Crescent that stops here every morning on its way to New Orleans, and then comes back to Gainesville around midnight on its way to New York. We have been to this location many times and have seen multiple Norfolk Southern locomotives parked here behind the depot with their engines idling. It's a great place to watch freight trains go by, and we have caught several in the middle of the day. The station is owned by Norfolk Southern Railway and opened in 1910, and it was previously known as the Gainesville Southern Railway Depot. We're not sure what adjustments the engineer is making, but if you know, please leave us a comment below. Did you know that Norfolk Southern will provide rail service for the new Blue Ridge Connector? The Blue Ridge Connector is an inland port project being built by the Georgia Ports Authority, and it is located in Gainesville, Georgia. Construction is already halfway finished. It will connect northeast Georgia with the Port of Savannah and is expected to open in 2026. It is located east of the railroad tracks along White Sulphur Road, near Cagle Road. Here you see a view of the Port of Savannah, located on the east coast of Georgia, a distance of roughly 250 miles from the new inland port in Gainesville, where intermodal containers will be stacked and then distributed across northeast Georgia. It will be connected to the Port of Savannah's 36 global container ship services. Both CSX and Norfolk Southern trains will make daily runs, saving millions of trucking miles a year. It will help congestion on Georgia highways. Now we are back at the railroad crossing at Bradford Street. 4 Norfolk Southern engines are pulling a load of mixed freight in the early afternoon past the Gainesville Depot. On the southeast side of the tracks is the Harrison Oil Company in the nearby industrial park. Major poultry businesses such as Gold Creek Foods and Pilgrim's Pride are located in Gainesville. One unique title that the city holds is Chicken Capital of the World. However, there are many other major companies located here, such as Kubota Manufacturing, where tractors and other implements are made and assembled. It employs over 3,500 workers. For a bit of history, Hall County, Georgia was established in 1818 from Cherokee lands. It was named in honor of Lyman Hall, a signer of the Declaration of Independence and former governor of the state of Georgia in 1783. In the 1800s, Gainesville was known as Mule Camp Springs, and in 1902, it was the first city south of Baltimore to have street lights. This is a city steeped in railroad history. We have made a short video on the nearby Gainesville Midland Historic Train Park, also known as Engine 209 Park. It is on the original route of the Gainesville Midland Railway, featuring a preserved steam locomotive, baggage car, and caboose. It is located across from the depot and is a fun place to visit. And don't forget to visit Long Street Cafe for good Southern food. We have enjoyed it for years and always like to stop by when we are in town. On another day, we came up here to watch trains and found 4 Norfolk Southern locomotives parked behind the depot. They were sitting there on the side track waiting for a freight train that was getting ready to pass by, heading south toward Beaufort in about 10 minutes. Number 6166 looks like it had some engine fire damage. Here an engineer steps out of one cab and walks back to engine 6166. Even though it looks rusted and damaged, it must still be a reliable engine. The locomotives are waiting on the 4th track over. After checking everything out, we got back in our vehicle and then we went around the depot on Industrial Boulevard and crossed back over the tracks toward the industrial park. You'll be able to see the Amtrak sign when we get to the end of the building. This is just a basic waiting room for the passenger train. It is an unstaffed station and does not have any Amtrak ticketing kiosks. We decided to cross the tracks and drive down toward the Harrison Oil Company, when we soon heard off in the distance the unmistakable sound of a freight train headed our way. So we turned the car around and sat and waited at the crossing gate. It looks like maybe 3 or 4 other locomotives are sitting on the sidetrack. This intermodal load was being pulled by 2 Norfolk Southern engines and 1 Burlington Northern Santa Fe. It probably came through Lula, just north of Gainesville. Lula is a major junction point for the Atlanta Northeast Line and the Athens North Line. That's a really cool historic train town, and we hope to take you there for a Railfan visit soon. But for now, let's look back at what we've discovered today. Gainesville's strategic location for freight transport makes it the ideal location for the new Blue Ridge connector that we talked about in the beginning of this video. It will help in connecting major cities and industries to Atlanta and beyond to Midwestern states. It will create growth in this area for years to come. This will provide jobs and tax revenue. But it has raised some questions and concerns from residents about noise and pollution. And locally, yes, it will increase, but in reality, it will decrease overall for the state, mainly by switching cargo transport from trucks to going much quicker on the railroad. Residents who moved out into the country to get away from it all may be surprised by intermodal cargo being stacked 7 high on the 104-acre rail terminal. But we all like to have goods available, and this is the most efficient way for companies to serve the general public. With these issues being addressed, it looks like a hopeful and positive outlook for the future of the Norfolk Southern rail service in Gainesville, Georgia for the decades to come. We enjoyed having you come along with us today. When you visit the depot, be sure and see engine number 209. The historic locomotive sits along Grove Street and is about a 7-minute walk just across the street from the Amtrak station. And there is ample parking if you would like to drive. We hope you found this video interesting. Please give it a thumbs up, and we hope to see you next time. Until then, as always, may God bless you.